The Purdue Boilermakers will look for their first win of the 2022 season on Saturday afternoon when they face the Indiana State Sycamores in a 4 p.m. kickoff at Ross-Ade Stadium. Indiana State coming off an overtime win over North Alabama in its opener, while the Boilermakers lost a heartbreaker last Thursday 35-31 to the Penn State Nittany Lions. Good evening, everybody. It is the Jeff Brohm Show. We're here for the next hour. You can get your questions in for the coach at 888-246-2678. You can also watch us on the Facebook page of the Purdue Athletics site. You can let us know where you're watching from and also give us your comments there as well. And on Twitter, we're on the Purdue football site. A little bit later on tonight, after we talk to Coach Brohm, we'll be talking with Chris Jefferson, fifth-year senior from Euclid, Ohio, who had a big pick six last week against the Nittany Lions. And we'll be talking with Gus Hartwig, starting center on this year's team. When we come back, we'll have the head coach. It is the Jeff Brohm Show, presented by the Rohrman Automotive Group on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Second down and 1 at the 45. Play action. Here's O'Connell. Winds up. Sideline. Open receiver. Got him at the 25. O'Connell hands it off to Rue. Looking, bouncing, stiff-arming. Pits the corner. Touchdown, Boilermakers.
First downs, and they've got all three of their timeouts left.
O'Connell double pumps it. Sideline. Nice throw. Great catch with space. How about this? 1st and 15. O'Connell guns it over the middle, and it's caught by Charlie Jones. Chuck Sizzle.
There's Charlie Jones. There's Joey Porter.
Did they get it off? Yes. O'Connell underneath, caught. First down and more. Brock Thompson finally racked up at the 12. So 1st and goal at the 2. Can the Boilermakers pay it off? Doru, the deep back. They pitch it to him. Doru cuts it up. Dives. Touchdown, Purdue. Here's O'Connell throwing over the middle, caught, first down, Durham still moving, and he's down at the 7-yard line. Downing next to O'Connell in the backfield. Tracy in motion, O'Connell with time. Touchdown, Purdue!
And Zaki Wheatley takes a bit of a bad angle, and there's Charlie Jones.
Trailing 24-21, Clifford in trouble and sacked. They brought pressure, and this time it's Humpick. Gains 12 yards, first down at the 48. Clifford over the middle, high and picked. Jefferson with room. Can he get a block? Chris Jefferson still on the move with a lane. Jefferson, touchdown, Purdue!
Show. We're live at Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union, where it's always game day with a taste of Louisiana. Already some folks checking in tonight on Facebook. Murrieta, California, St. Louis, Missouri, Traverse City, Michigan, and Liberty Township, Ohio. Great to have you with us tonight. Again, let us know where you're coming in from. If you have any questions for the coach, let us know there as well. Jeff, it was a fantastic football game Thursday night, everything except the result. I mean, if you were a college football fan watching that game, it's the kind of game that you want to see. A game that keeps you in your seats till the end. Unfortunately, just one play short at the end.
You know, it was a great opportunity. We got to play a really, really good football team right off the bat at home in front of just a fantastic crowd. It really was. The atmosphere was great. The crowd support, the student support was second to none. And they definitely did their part. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish the game, and that starts with me and works our way down. And there's just some things we got to get corrected, but our guys did play hard. They competed. They fought back in the second half to come back and take a lead, and unfortunately, we just couldn't close the game out.
You know, you mentioned the fans getting there early. The Ross-Ade Brigade showed up in force, and they had 6 full sections, part of a 7th. And you look at other student sections around the country, a lot of them tend to leave early in the game. And you looked up at the end of that football game on Thursday night, and I don't think there was a single student that had left their seat.
No, I firmly believe our student section crowd at our football games and even other sports are second to none. They love going out and having a good time and supporting their school team and being a part of it. And I know our players see that as well, and they see the support that they get and the people that are there early and that are sacrificing their day to come out and support the football team and cheer them on to victory. So. That makes us work hard, and our players understand that, we've got to, figure out ways to win football games, no matter who we play. And anytime you're at home, you want to do the best you can to please the crowd.
Well, you had talked last week, one of the keys was to get the game to the fourth quarter and have a chance to win. I thought in the first half you played very well for the first 28 minutes. Unfortunately, they scored a touchdown late, and then you had a chance to go down and retake the lead, and a turnover gave them the football back.
Well, we just didn't get our breaks, didn't make our breaks, actually, and there were just some lapses we had that really cost us. We had some really good moments on defense, and then just at the end of the half and in the game, those were the two critical places that we definitely need to do better, and we should. Those really should be the hardest times to score, and we gave up touchdowns, on those two drives, and that was a big reason as well. But we got to work hard to get that fixed. We've got to put our players in the best position to win. We've got to, figure out ways to not give up easy completions and make them earn things. And I thought, the quarterback had some lanes to step up in and buy time in those two drives, which we can't have happen. We have to keep lane integrity. We got to rush the quarterback. We got to make sure that he can't buy that extra time because it allows receivers to get open, and that's kind of what happened. And it was just a multitude of small things that we need to get fixed. A
lot of us wondered at halftime how your team would respond after having those two touchdowns scored late, and I thought it was really impressive the way you came out and dominated that third quarter, took the lead, scored a couple of touchdowns, and really played well on both sides of the ball.
It was a good quarter for us. We came in at halftime. We weren't happy with where we were at and the finish to the first half. We just had to get them back under control and get them to relax and breathe and understand that there's a lot of football left to be played. And one of our strengths in the past has been we play hard and we come ready to play and we give everything we got. We just had to get back to the basics of that. But, yes, the third quarter was a really good quarter. We did some great things on defense. Our offense had two scoring drives. One of them was a really long one. And you hope to take that momentum and figure out a way to finish the game and get a win. We just, unfortunately, were not good enough to get it done.
One of the things you had talked about coming into the season was improving in the red zone, and I thought the ability for you to run the football down there was important, and especially on the second touchdown run he had. King Daru broke a tackle to get into the end zone to give you that momentum and give you the lead back.
Yeah, I thought we made some improvements on some of those things we worked hard at in the offseason. That was good to see. But then we just, had some lapses as well. And when you play a good football team, and I give them credit, they did some things, they made some adjustments. They challenged us a little bit more in that fourth quarter and going to make us earn everything we got. And we just couldn't win as many one-on-one battles as we had in the first three quarters. And that's a credit to them. But we got to figure out ways just to make it work and switch things up and, move the football and get points in that fourth quarter.
One of the guys we're going to have on later in the show, Chris Jefferson, had the defensive player of the year so far, a 72-yard interception return. And I thought his return was outstanding, but I thought the blocking he got, particularly from Jalen Graham on that play, a lot of times those guys get excited and they start blocking guys in the back, but Jalen did a great job kicking two guys out on the same play.
No, it was a huge play, and it was a momentum shifter, and great job by Chris Jefferson and the whole defense to react once he caught the ball. And, when you have a play like that, you like to ride the momentum into a victory. But really good job by them. That's the key. You got to get turnovers. You got to take advantage of it. And unfortunately on offense, we didn't take advantage of that.
All right, we got a phone call waiting, but we're going to take a break first. So, Daryl, hang on. It is the Jeff Brohm Show, presented by the Rohrman Automotive Group on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Over the shoulder. Jump by Renner. Emma Ellis back in up front for the Boilermakers. Ellis blocked it right back into the lap of West. Vanderwerf knew it. It's up. Purdue thought about celebrating. Who's going to put it away? Robinson, high hands. No one going to let it drop. Longest rally we've seen tonight. Hudson. Ends the rally. Point. Holloway on fire. Chin swing. Trying to get their middles involved. Colvin, I'll show you involved. What?
Taking that ball and a good up by Maddie Skimmerhorn, but watch Raven Colvin.
Colvin serve. Trouble pass. Triple block. From the backcourt, the freshman Hudson.
No matter where she is on the court, but it started with this serve from Raven Colvin out of system. They know it's going outside. That's why you had 3 blockers up.
Great opportunity, great Saturday. No reason you shouldn't go out there and cut it loose.
Really good crowd. They got here early.
What an atmosphere here in West Lafayette.
The 2022 Purdue football season is presented by Purdue Global. Purdue Global is Purdue's accredited and affordable online solution for working adults. Persistence pays off at Purdue Global. Let's go to the phone lines. Daryl calling in tonight from Philadelphia. Go ahead, Daryl.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Good, thank you.
Season opener, I know it's always good to play a quality thing, like we do. And, every loss is never, obviously you want to win, but, some losses are good, early on. I think the fact that we had like nearly 100 yards of penalties and still pulled it off pretty good, pretty close, says a lot. But I was wondering, with the running game, it's looking pretty good. We were averaging about 3.5 yards a carry. I was wondering if we were going to get a chance to see Kobe, if he was going to be ready this week to play.
Well, yeah, Kobe has had a good camp for us. He's our transfer from Central Michigan. He came in late, didn't get here to the summer. He's coming off of a knee injury. They kept him out all last year. And, we've got King Darude. Dylan Dowling has gotten better. Then we have Kobe, and then even Devin Maccabee. So those are 4 guys that, yes, we need to try to, get all those guys in the game, get them touches. Even Tyrone Tracy in the backfield. I thought, for 3 quarters, we did a good job of having good balance and running the football. And then, we just got to make sure that however we can get in the end zone, that's how we get it done.
Kobe Lewis was one of the players you had in their backfield. Dylan Downing, another. King Darude. Tyrone Tracy, you mentioned on Monday you'd like to get him, whether he's lined up in the backfield or in the slot, get him a few more touches on the ball. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it is. We've got to make sure that we're, getting him his touches a lot of different ways. He's able to do, quite a few things for us. And, he's got power. He's got some strength. He's played a lot of football. And we just need to make sure that, in some form or fashion, whether it's in the backfield or at receiver, that, we get the ball into his hand. We called some plays. We had a couple passes thrown to him, a little bit behind him on a couple times. And they weren't easy catches at all, but he wasn't able to make those catches against tight coverage. But with that said, we need to get him the ball more.
You got the ball back a couple of times in the final 7 minutes, and the second time in particular, you had 2 plays in a row that had to be a little frustrating. You had the play where you had it looked like a completed pass to Payne Durham, and it was overturned, and then T.J. Sheffield broke wide open on a corner route, and when we saw the ball leave Aiden's hands, we thought it was a sure completion, if not a touchdown. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite out far in front of him enough to not allow the Penn State defender to come back and make a play.
Yeah, through those 6.5 minutes, we had opportunities to close the game out. And when I say that, like with legitimate opportunities, with the pass catch, really the one on the scramble, we had Payne open. They busted the coverage. He's really wide open on an angle route. The same play we completed on 4th and 2. Had a little pressure. Aiden wasn't able to stand in there and throw. I would like for him to do that, but he didn't, and he scrambled, and we threw. He was still open down the field because they didn't cover him the whole way. And that call got overturned, and that would have been a catch in field goal range. And then we came back on a beautiful corner route, and that's about as open as we were the entire game. And all we got to do is make the throw and the catch, and the game's over. And unfortunately, we didn't make it. And so, you go back and you pound yourself in the head, and you'd say, what could I have done better to help us win? And I think we all could have done a lot of things better.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. I think we have Dale calling in from Indianapolis. Go ahead, Dale.
Hey, Coach. Like the previous caller, it was a tough loss, especially against a team that kind of has our number. They're really good. It would have been nice to win, especially kind of felt like we gave it away a little bit. But I was really encouraged by the play for the most part on both sides of the ball. I thought we looked really good. So the one critique I would have, and it drives me crazy, so hear me out here, is at least the last couple of years, the guy we have, I'm not going to call out any players, but the players we've had running jet sweep to the left are carrying the ball in their right arm. And I understand that's probably their strong arm, but I think we were lucky to not fumble last year on that play, and this year it bit us. So I'm wondering why we carry the ball in our right hand going to the left. I'll hang up, and I'll be there Saturday to support you.
No, I appreciate the call. You know, all your points are very valid, and trust me, we have ball security circuits every single day of teaching our guys to catch the ball, secure it, and run with it in both arms. It's definitely stressed to always have the ball in the outside arm. You know, the jet sweep is a play we mixed in there. It was 3rd and short. We thought they were going to load the box, and we got around the edge, handed the ball off, and unfortunately he put the ball in the wrong arm. And it was just a mistake he made. I'm sure he wasn't thinking of it. All of our guys know that's a rule, to carry it in the outside arm and to secure it as hard as you can. He just happened to tuck it in the other arm. So, you know, those things happen, and it cost us because he fumbled the ball. But, you know, we all make mistakes, and we'll definitely try to learn from it. And, you know, it's just one of those things that, yes, you lose sleep because there's a couple little things that we all could have done better in certain instances, and we just got to learn from it and move forward.
All right, Dale, thanks for the call. We need to take a break. We'll have more in 2 minutes from the Jeff Brohm Show, presented by Rohrman Automotive Group on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Our Boilermakers have always been what unite us. To this hallowed field, we return each fall to be a part of something special. We've seen legends born and moments etched in time.
Wide open! Touchdown Purdue! Seth Morales! Holy Toledo! Thomas steps away, Coleman fumble! They've got it! Beasley rushes free for the Purdue touchdown!
It's pandemonium, Coach! Open year!
Hope we have a whole lot more of these. It's a great win for Purdue.
For nearly a century, Ross-Ade Stadium has been the home of Purdue football. As we forge ahead, we have a rare opportunity to fortify the legacy of future generations of faithful Boilermakers. Together, we will guarantee the passion you have for the old gold and black will endure for years to come.
Let the carnage and the chaos continue.
How about them Boilers?
Boiler up, friends. The time is now.
Matthews trying to get a touch on it up to Dunaway. Dunaway on the far side looking for a shot at the goal, and Dunaway sends it into the back of the net.
Dunaway makes a great run, touch to goal, and just slides it right past. And Budish is there to finish it off if needed, but doesn't have to. And Sidney Duarte.
And the header sent in off the corner kick for the Boilermakers.
Great opportunity, great Saturday. No reason you should go out there and cut it loose.
Really good crowd. They got here early.
What an atmosphere here in West Lafayette.
Welcome back to the Jeff Brohm Show. We're live at Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union. Everyone needs a little playing time. The Rohrman Automotive Group is supporting your Boilermakers as the presenting sponsor of the Jeff Brohm Show and proud partner of Purdue Athletics. Rohrman Automotive Group, boiler up and hammer down. 4 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. We'll be on the air at 3 o'clock with our pregame show. And the Boilermakers and Indiana State Sycamores. We'll talk more about the Sycamores a little bit later on in the show. Try to catch up a little bit here on our Facebook watchers tonight. Liberty Township, Ohio, Traverse City, Michigan. I believe I got them earlier. Evansville, Indiana. Littlestown, Pennsylvania. Boonville, Indiana. Sheridan, Indiana. Woodstock, Georgia. Rowlett, Texas. Richardson, Texas. And New York City. I think that gets us up to date. We've talked in the past about trying to build depth, Jeff, on both the offensive and defensive line, and I can't remember an opening game ever here where you played 12 guys on the defensive line and more than one snap. I mean, you have to be happy with the guys that you can roll in there and give your guys a breather, especially when you get a little warm and muggy night like we had on Thursday.
Well, that definitely did help. You know, there are a lot of positives to that, and the positives are we have some good competition at a lot of positions, and definitely the defensive line is some deep competition that we have. So that's good that we've been able to build that. At the same time, I wouldn't call it a negative, but the thing we've got to make sure that happens is we got to get a couple guys that become difference makers at that position and take it over and basically say, hey, you can't rotate me in and out because I'm making too many plays. So that's what you want to happen, and I think that the defensive line is similar to the wide receiver position. You know, we have a lot of wide receivers, and they're all working hard, and they're all doing a good job. But we would like for more to step up and say, you know what, you need to keep me in the game most of the time because I'm making a lot of plays. But they're working hard. It's just a matter of, you know, getting them on the field and a couple guys just stepping up and saying that, you know, I'm going to get this done.
On the offensive line, you were able to play 8 guys, and I think the impressive thing there, you got a lot of guys that can play more than one position. So we had to really look on every drive and see where everybody was on that offensive line.
Well, we were moving things around a little bit, and you know, even used Muhammad Musa at offensive tackle and tight end to give us an extra blocker, and even one time had multiple tackles in as well. So, you know what? It's about getting as much push as we can and getting those guys to knock people off the ball and making sure that we continue to develop that position. But you know, they've worked hard, and they don't get a lot of credit. They just get a lot of blame when things don't happen the way we want. But you know, that group is continuing to improve, and I think they will throughout the entire year.
I think my math was right on the second King Drew touchdown. You had 7 offensive linemen on the field in that play, didn't you?
Yeah, that is correct, and that's probably why we got in the end zone.
There you go. That was a pretty good push on that play, too. Talk about the play of special teams. We thought Charlie Jones, and we think Charlie Jones is going to be a big difference maker, but I thought Penn State's coverage on both punts and kickoffs was outstanding Thursday.
Well, they did a really good job. I mean, I was watching them kick just in warm-ups, and they were kicking it far, and it was impressive. And their punter was really good. He punted it long and far, and it just allowed those guys to get down the field. As we went back and looked, we need to do a much better job on their gunners and make sure we're at least getting in front a little bit. We had a couple people kicking out and trying to help double team. They were not getting back in time. Now, some of it may have been because the kick was so far and deep that they just kind of misjudged where they were at. So the key is getting Charlie started. We want to make sure we do that. And quite honestly, there were a few times where I think Charlie was tired and Fair caught the ball when maybe he couldn't. He didn't need to. But those are all things we looked at, we're analyzing, and we definitely have to find a way to get Charlie and our returners some space.
Yeah, Charlie had 19 footballs thrown at him Thursday, caught 12. He caught 21 all of last season at Iowa. He's such a dangerous returner. I assume he'll continue to play both. Do you have to manage his snaps at all offensively to keep him out there as a returner?
Well, we've had to manage his snaps this week in practice. You know, I think that's a game. I don't think he's been used like that before. So he was tired. He was tired. He took some shots. You know, and he felt them. But he played good and he played hard, and he really proved that you know, he can do a really good job. So we just got to get him back going this week. He had a better practice today. I think he's starting to feel better, and he knows that you know what, now that you establish yourself in game one, you got to do it all year now. People are counting on you, and I think he's going to work hard and hopefully be a really good player for us throughout the entire year.
All right, we're going to give the coach a chance to grab a quick dinner here at Walk-Ons. When we come back, we'll be talking with Gus Hartwig. It's the Jeff Brohm Show, presented by the Rohrman Automotive Group on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Second down and 1 at the 45. Play action. Here's O'Connell. Winds up. Sideline. Open receiver. Got him at the 25. O'Connell hands it off to Rue. Looking, bouncing, stiff-arming. Pits the corner. Touchdown, Boilermakers.
First downs, and they've got all 3 of their timeouts left.
O'Connell double pumps it. Sideline. Nice throw. Great catch with space. How about this? 1st and 15. O'Connell guns it over the middle, and it's caught by Charlie Jones. Chuck Sizzle.
There's Joey Porter.
Did they get it off? Yes. O'Connell underneath, caught. First down and more. Brock Thompson finally racked up at the 12. So first and goal at the 2. Can the Boilermakers pay it off? Doru, the deep back. They pitch it to him. Doru cuts it up. Dives, touchdown, Purdue.
Musa, the extra offensive line, comes in right over there on that right side, and then they get the pitch on the sweep, and he does a great job. They get the edge blocked up. Good job on the outside. The best college football program in the history of the sport.
O'Connell, sideline, first down, nice run. Rice still on the move, and finally tracked down from behind. Here's O'Connell. Throwing over the middle, caught, first down, Durham still moving, and he's down at the 7-yard line. Downing next to O'Connell in the backfield. Tracy in motion, O'Connell with time. Touchdown, Purdue! Trailing 24-21, Clifford in trouble and sacked. They brought pressure, and this time it's Humpick. Gains 12 yards, first down at the 48. Clifford over the middle, high and picked. Jefferson with room. Can he get a block? Chris Jefferson still on the move with a lane. Jefferson, touchdown, Purdue!
And as you watch Sean Clifford, he's going to be trying to get this route right here, and he's got the route. He's going to have Tinsley wide open and just airmails him. I mean, this ball is just way over his head. Tinsley can't even jump up there and try to bat it down or do anything. He can't try to disrupt Jefferson, and Jefferson catches it almost like a punt. Steps in front, but then he starts getting the blocking, and look at him, his head on a swivel. Great block right there. In a true one-on-one. Now he's in a little motion here.
Kalen King guarding him. O'Connell underneath and caught, first down, TJ Sheffield.
Throws it on time. That's a huge complete.
Welcome back to the Jeff Brohm Show. It's time for the Pro Boilers feature, where we look at how former Purdue student athletes are doing in their professional sports careers. Pro Boilers is presented by Indiana Kitchen Premium Pork Products. Get to know us at indianakitchen.com. Both our Pro Boilers and Indiana Kitchen are boiler made. The NFL season starts tomorrow night. The defending world champion, the Los Angeles Rams, take on the Buffalo Bills at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. And going into this season, right now there are 15 former Purdue players who are either on rosters or on practice squads. To start the year on active rosters, we have wide receiver Rondale Moore in Arizona, linebacker Marcus Bailey in Cincinnati, wide receiver David Bell in Cleveland, defensive back Anthony Brown in Dallas, linebacker Derek Barnes in Detroit, defensive end George Karlaftis in Kansas City, fullback Xander Horvath with the LA Chargers, running back Raheem Mostert in Miami, linebacker Juwan Bentley in New England, and linebacker DeMarcus Mitchell, also with the New England Patriots. 5 players on practice squads right now. Defensive lineman Austin Larkin with Carolina, defensive back Tyler Coyle with the Dallas Cowboys, quarterback David Blau, who just signed with the Minnesota Vikings on their practice squad, offensive lineman Grant Hermans with the New York Jets, and offensive lineman Jordan Roos with the Tennessee Titans. So good luck to all of them as they start the 2022 NFL season. Joined by a guy that would like to be playing in the NFL at some point, Gus Hartwig, a junior from Zionsville, the starting center for this year's team. And Gus, we were talking with Coach Brohm earlier. I thought the crowd on Thursday night, especially the students, got there early, stayed there late, and they were a factor all night long.
Yeah, the crowd was awesome. I mean, we came out for quarterback center exchange. I kind of noticed that it was a little more full than it normally is when we come out for quarterback center exchange. And I was like, okay, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great environment. It
has to give you a big pickup, especially, you know, there are a lot of jitters, I'm sure, opening night, regardless of how long you've played, and having those voices cheer for you instead of against you in the opener has got to be a little bit more relaxing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming out the opener, you're still kind of feeling it out a little bit. You try and not, but a little bit, you're still kind of, okay, how's this going to go? But being at home, getting a good crowd like that really kind of takes that time frame down a little bit, and you feel more comfortable.
I talked with Coach earlier. We said we saw 8 offensive linemen play on Thursday night, and 7 of you on the same play on the touchdown run. Have you had that situation before, either here or in high school before?
No, I've never been in a situation with that many.
That might be the heaviest offensive huddle in the history of humanity.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's pretty close.
Talk about the interchangeability you have up front. Now, Spencer Holstage is pretty much your guy to your left, but other than that, the left tackle, right guard, right tackle spots seem to be pretty interchangeable.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of guys who are good, who are really smart and know what they're doing, and they're really good at being able to come in and play. Maybe they're not really going all the time, but they're coming in. We're keeping guys fresh. And I think it really benefits us being able to keep guys fresh, being able to just everyone can play and everybody knows what to do. So I think it's a benefit to us.
You were named to the Remington watch list to start the season as the nation's top center. That's a nice honor, but I know you'd like to do a little bit better than just being on the first watch list.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, being on the initial one's awesome, but kind of just, okay, getting a little recognition, but also, all right, let's go. What I want to do this year to maybe make it further on the list, win the award someday. Just kind of setting it, okay, this is cool, but also realizing where I want to go.
Let's talk about your major, a finance major in the School of Management. I've seen you in class before. Football, we hope, goes a long way, but after football's done, where do you hope that Krannert education takes you?
I just really like I like numbers and finance. I'm not sure exactly where, but it may be something like financial planning, or it may be corporate finance. It could go either way.
You know, I mentioned the Remington watch list a little bit earlier. Last year, you were named All Big Ten honorable mention by the coaches, so it had to be gratifying knowing that the guys that have to game plan against you week after week saw enough of you to put you on that list.
Yeah, for sure. I think just kind of the coaches kind of see it. The other teams are. You always kind of think, what do other teams think of me? Like, how do they do anything different when they see us? But it's all, kind of seeing that recognition is awesome.
Gus, fans process things in a different way, and I think it was a disappointing loss for everybody involved with the program on Thursday. As a player, how do you process a loss like that, and how do you basically, you got to flush it out of your system because you got 11 more games to play, including one this week. How does that process work for you personally?
For me, I think it's kind of tough. Like, it's the first couple of days, you're on, all right, we lost, but you're also really trying to learn from what you did. All right, I played a game. And then, all right, how can I use this to win next week, to be a better player, to be a better team, use that to fuel what we're doing against Indiana State, and just take it week by week, take it day by day.
Gus, what's your favorite part of playing football here at Purdue University?
I just really like the environment, and then I just like playing football. I like playing with the guys, just kind of the locker room aspect, I'd probably say, is probably my favorite part, just getting to be with the guys and being able to play with just so many friends, making forever friendships with guys.
Gus, great to have you here. Good luck this Saturday against the Sycamores.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be talking with Chris Jefferson when we come back. It's the Jeff Brohm Show presented by the Rohrman Automotive Group on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Second down and 1 at the 45. Play action. Here's O'Connell. Winds up. Sideline. Open receiver. Got him at the 25. O'Connell hands it off to Roux. Looking, bouncing, stiff-arming. Hits the corner. Touchdown, Boilermakers.
First downs, and they've got all 3 of their timeouts left.
O'Connell double pumps it. Sideline. Nice throw. Great catch with space. How about this? 1st and 15. O'Connell guns it over the middle, and it's caught by Charlie Jones. Chuck Sizzle.
There's Charlie Jones. There's Joey Porter.
Did they get it off? Yes. O'Connell underneath, caught. 1st down and more. Brock Thompson finally racked up at the 12. So 1st and goal at the 2. Can the Boilermakers pay it off? Doru, the deep back. They pitch it to him. Doru cuts it up. Dives. Touchdown, Purdue. Here's O'Connell throwing over the middle, caught, 1st down, Durham still moving, and he's down at the 7-yard line. Downing next to O'Connell in the backfield. Tracy in motion, O'Connell with time. Touchdown, Purdue!
And Zakee Wheatley takes a bit of a bad angle, and there's Charlie Jones.
Trailing 24-21, Clifford. In trouble and sacked. They brought pressure, and this time it's Humpick. Gains 12 yards, 1st down at the 48. Clifford over the middle, high and picked. Jefferson with room. Can he get a block? Chris Jefferson still on the move with a lane. Jefferson, touchdown, Purdue!
Live at Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union, where it's always game day with a taste of Louisiana. The 2022 Purdue football season is presented by Purdue Global. Purdue Global is Purdue's accredited and affordable online solution for working adults. Persistence pays off at Purdue Global. We're joined by fifth-year senior Chris Jefferson from Euclid, Ohio. We were watching on the Facebook Live feed, and just before we came on, we saw your pick six interception return. How many times have you played? How many times have you seen the replay, and how many times have you played that back in your mind so far?
Man, I've seen it 100 times. I'm not even gonna lie. Countless people sending it to me. I watched it myself a couple times at night. Just like can't believe I was in that situation. So. Plenty of times for sure.
All right, let's get the big elephant out of the room here, because everybody's talking about not just the interception, but also the aftermath. You trended nationally for that, and I know we have people eating, so I'm just going to, if you look on Twitter and look up Puke 6, Chris, when we say Chris left it on the field, he left it on the field on Thursday night after the interception.
Oh, man.
See,
I
fans love it.
That's funny.
How many people have you heard from about that aspect of it?
I've heard from everyone that I've met in my entire life. They all sent me a message, so yeah.
Now, Chris, we live in the era of NIL. There's got to be a way that you can monetize this, isn't there?
It got to be a way.
Right?
I haven't signed no NIL, anything. I'm trying to get in with some people, but I figured it's just going to come. It's going to come soon enough.
So those of you who sell medication for bad stomach, Chris Jefferson's here, and he is ready for you.
I need it. Let's make some money.
You played 3 years at Findlay, Division II school. We talked last year about the fact that you wanted to come up and try your hand at the Big Ten.
Yeah.
One thing, though, whether it's at Findlay or here at Purdue, you have a nose for the football. That was your 14th career interception and your second touchdown on interception returns.
Most definitely.
Where did that come from? Is it a natural knack for the football?
No, that was actually built into me. At my last school, it's crazy now that I'm sort of seeing the pieces put together in my story. At my last school, my last safeties coach preached all the time. The ball is ours. The ball is ours. And I kind of got here, and, that's kind of the same message, that we focused on getting the ball. And the more I just learn about football and learn about defense, I see myself, advancing even more in my play. So from Findlay to here, it's kind of just, been that same thing. It's coaching, really. It's really just coaching, to keep it simple.
That game against Penn State was coming off a great performance you had in the Music City Bowl, where you had 15 tackles. And again, talking to the coach a little bit earlier, both of those games, both the Tennessee game and the Penn State game, if you're a college football fan, they were fantastic games back and forth. As a player, when you're in a situation, a game like that, do you get nervous on the sideline? Or are you too busy to be nervous?
Oh, yeah, too busy. And that's one of the biggest things that I've been working on. I struggle with my confidence, early on in my career. And, just lately, praying to God and stuff and, continuing to work on my game. I'm not nervous at all out there. It's no matter the situation. It's like it's just practice, really. That's how I try and look at it. Like, I've already been in every situation that I could possibly be in, so I know what to do, and I just got to focus in, and it's going to carry out itself.
Chris, back to Thursday night, we were talking with Gus on the last segment. It was a terrific atmosphere. The fans, especially the students, came early, but when you scored your touchdown, the stadium just exploded. How do you describe the feeling standing there in the end zone with the ball in your hand, knowing that you just scored what could have been the game-winning touchdown in front of a full house and a national TV audience?
It was. I'm still speechless, even thinking about it. As you see in the clip, the first thing I do is just point it up to God, because before the game, I looked in the camera. I just posted something on Instagram. I looked in the camera, and I told the camera, I said, watch what God is going to do tonight. Watch what God is going to do for me tonight, because I just been working so hard spiritually, and I just felt God talking to me, telling me that he was going to change my life. And that's all I was thinking about, like, wow, God, you really kept your promise to me. And that's why I can play even more confident on the field. I can play with no worries. Plus, it's not like, we got a great team. So it's like, and I'm playing with great guys too. It's nothing to worry about. And it's just such, I'm just so blessed to be a part of this. Last year, I came on slow, and which I was okay with because, I wasn't ready yet. I had to wait my turn, and I had to, figure out some things in order for me to produce on the field the way I'm producing now. So it's just a blessing to be a part of this team, to play with these guys. Like, I couldn't ask for nothing better.
Well, lastly, Chris, speaking of that confidence, was there a time or a game or a moment last year where that light switch flipped and you knew you did belong here and that you could play at this level?
Definitely the Ohio State game. With me being from Cleveland, I kind of don't like Ohio State. I felt like, they should have recruited me. And I wasn't recruited by any Division I school, but, I was a fan of Ohio State, and, they didn't recruit me. So I
understand.
I feel like I'm talking too much, but, yeah, after that game, I was out there guarding, all the guys who ended up, being first-round draft picks, and Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and then, Jackson Smith and Jigba, who got game for show, being out there against C.J. Stroud. And, I held my own. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to be here for sure.
Well, maybe if things work out, you might get one more crack at the Buckeyes this year.
Oh, yeah, no, we're going to see them
in December.
Yep, we're going to see them for sure.
Hey, Chris, congratulations again. We're going to look for that endorsement somewhere, right?
Yeah, help me out. Help me out.
Hit him up. All right, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It's the Jeff Brohm Show, presented by the Rohrman Automotive Group on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Over the shoulder. Jump by Renner. Emma Ellis back in up front for the Boilermakers. Ellis blocks it right back into the lap of West. Vanderwerf knew it. It's up. Purdue thought about celebrating. Who's going to put it away? Robinson, high hands. No one going to let it drop. Longest rally we've seen tonight. Hudson. Ends the rally. Boilermakers point. Holloway on fire. Chin swing. Trying to get their middles involved. Colvin, I'll show you involved. What?
Taking that ball and a good up by Maddie Skimmerhorn, but watch Raven Colvin.
Colvin serve. Trouble pass. Triple block. From the backcourt, the freshman Hudson.
Matter where she is on the court, but it started with this serve from Raven Colvin out of system. They know it's going outside. That's why you had 3 blockers up.
Great opportunity, great Saturday. No reason you shouldn't go out there and cut it loose.
Really good crowd. They got here early.
What an atmosphere here in West Lafayette.
The Rohrman Automotive Group is supporting your Boilermakers as the presenting sponsor of the Jeff Brohm Show and proud partner of Purdue Athletics. Rohrman Automotive Group, boiler up and hammer down. We're back on the air on Saturday at 3 o'clock for our pregame show. Then kickoff against Indiana State is at 4 o'clock. You can join us before we get on the radio. We'll be on Facebook Live at 2:30. Chris, and you can join Kelly Kitchell and Pete Quinn with me on Saturday at 2:30 for our Facebook Live segment. And then, of course, we're back here next Wednesday night for our next edition of the Jeff Brohm Show. Coach is back with us. You know, you like to see success stories in college football, and Chris Jefferson, I think, is an example of that. A guy that came from Division II, wanted to prove himself, and he has proven himself at this level.
Well, both guys you have on the radio just now, Chris, he really has. You know, he wanted to step up and show people what he was about. We recruited him. We had some questions about him. We had some people say a few things here, a few things there, and we kind of brought him in. We just liked him. We liked his demeanor. We thought he was hungry. And you know what? He's done a great job. He's a competitor. He's a really good leader. He loves to play the game of football. He loves it here. And then, of course, Gus, our starting center, he's just been a huge addition since he got here. He's been a team leader by the way he practices, by the way he plays, his demeanor. He wants to win. He cares. His teammates rally around him, and he's somebody that you talk about possibly losing guys and being in some danger. He's a valuable center.
Mm-hmm.
Makes all the calls. He's smart. He's tough, and while we have backups at that position, he's somebody we'd really lose. So we got to keep him healthy.
You play Indiana State on Saturday, and it's an Indiana State program that was beset by an unspeakable tragedy. 11 days before they played their opener, they had an automobile accident where 5 students, including 4 football players, were involved. 2 of them were killed. 2 football players were critically injured. I think we'll have a moment of silence for them before the game on Saturday, but Jeff, there's a lot to college athletics, and I don't know how you put something like that into words, a tragedy that takes the lives of 2 young people before they even reach the age of 21.
Well, it was very unfortunate, and we have great sympathy for what happened, and Coach Mallory and his football team and that community. And those things hurt. It's way bigger than the game of football. They were a big part of the team. They were a big part of their family. And, something tragic, struck them. So I know they're working hard to get over that. We want to support them as well. We support all the state schools and football programs. They all work hard. They all want to win. They all want to represent not only their family and their schools, but, the state of Indiana. So we have great respect for Coach Mallory and Indiana State, and I know it'll be an exciting game. And
hats off to the Sycamores, who pulled out an opening night win in overtime against North Alabama, 17-14. They held North Alabama to a low yardage count and kicked a field goal and then picked off an interception in the overtime session. So they're going to come in here on a little bit of a high.
Without question. And, I've been on both sides of these games, and as you can see with this past weekend, on any given Saturday, anybody can win football. And, every level of football has really good players. They're well coached. And if you play hard and you eliminate mistakes and you fight to the very end, good things can happen. So, we've worked hard this week to improve and get better. It has to happen every week no matter who we play. And this week is going to be a chance to prove if that hard work is going to come into play. But I know our guys understand the importance of playing hard, finding a way to play harder, tougher, and smarter than the other opponent. Doesn't matter who we play, and it's going to be important that we go out and execute and do all the small things correctly.
All right, final segment of the Jeff Brohm Show presented by the Rohrman Automotive Group is coming up on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Our Boilermakers have always been what unite us. To this hallowed field, we return each fall to be a part of something special. We've seen legends born and moments etched in time.
Wide open! Got it! Touchdown Purdue! Seth Morales! Holy Toledo!
Thomas steps away, Coleman fumble! They've got it! Beasley rushes free for the Purdue touchdown!
It's pandemonium, Coach! Hope for years!
Hope we have a whole lot more. It's a great win for Purdue.
For nearly a century, Ross-Ade Stadium has been the home of Purdue football. As we forge ahead, we have a rare opportunity to fortify the legacy of future generations of faithful Boilermakers. Together, we will guarantee the passion you have for the old gold and black will endure for years to come.
Let the carnage and the chaos continue.
How about them Boilers?
Boiler up, friends. The time is now.
Matthews trying to get a touch on it up to Dunaway. Dunaway on the far side looking for a shot at the goal, and Dunaway sends it into the back of the net.
Dunaway makes a great run, touch to goal, and just slides it right past. And Budish is there to finish it off if needed, but doesn't have to. And Sidney Duarte.
And a header sent in off the corner kick for the Boilermakers.
Great opportunity, great Saturday. No reason you shouldn't go out there and cut it loose.
Really good crowd. They got here early.
What an atmosphere here in West Lafayette.
Boilermakers and the Indiana State Sycamores on Saturday. Congratulations, by the way, Dave Shondell and the women's volleyball team off to another great start this year at 6-0, up to number 9 in the country. And they're going to get a challenge on Friday night when they play at number 4 Louisville. So good luck to Dave and the crew. The Boilermakers against the Sycamores, it's an opportunity you would like to, I'm sure, Jeff, if you can play a lot of players like you did on opening night against Penn State. But I guess that depends on how the guys who start the game perform.
Well, like I said, we understand how college football works, and our guys got to, continue to have a good week of practice, work hard, understand what we're getting ourselves into, and go out there and play better. Execute better, eliminate penalties, try to create turnovers, eliminate big plays, understand the situations of the game, and make more plays. And I just think playing hard for 4 quarters is going to be important for us to show that we can do. And every opportunity where you can raise your level of play and try to get better is important. So we've got to make sure we come ready to go.
We were curious to see how some of the guys who hadn't been able to practice very much because they'd been limited with injuries were going to perform. And Corey Trice played a lot on Thursday night for you at defensive back. And it was good to see Mershawn Rice. Mershawn Rice is a guy that if he can stay healthy can really help you on that offensive side. Well, we've had to be strategic in how we practice this fall with quite a few guys, and that's just the way it is. That's how football works. You just can't practice as hard as you want anymore and think that that's the best answer, even though you'd love to do it as much as you can. So we've had multiple guys that have overcome off-season surgeries that are dealing with issues that maybe aren't 100%, but are going out and playing. So we have to manage them during practice. We have to figure out how you get enough, but yet make sure you're ready to go, and that's going to be important. It's just where we're at. We have to deal with it, but Corey Trice sucked it up. He played really hard. Jamari Brown's coming off surgery again. They hadn't practiced him a whole lot. He played very hard. Snoozy Kane, another one, played very hard coming off surgery. Brock Thompson, he's a little banged up as well, but he played as hard as he could for a while. And Mershawn Rice as well, coming off surgery and hadn't been able to practice a whole lot. So just a lot of guys that, we'd love to continue to push them forward, but we've just got to be smart and make sure they get to the game healthy. Jeff, good luck this week. We'll see you Saturday against the Sycamores. Thank you. I want to thank our on-site engineer tonight, Wes Scott, and our producer, Ray Klappmeyer. Again, the Boilermakers and the Indiana State Sycamores will kick it off on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Our pregame coverage will start at 3 o'clock, and again, our Facebook Live segment before that at 2:30. And then the Boilermakers will be on the road for 3 of the next 4 weeks, so make sure you get out to Ross-Ade Stadium and watch the team. Temperature should be in the low 80s. It should be a great day for football on Sunday at Ross-Ade. We'll be back here next Wednesday night at Walk-Ons for the next edition of the Jeff Brohm Show. For the head coach and for Chris Jefferson and Gus Hartwig, this is Tim Newton. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week right here on the Jeff Brohm Show. Good night, everybody.